Yo, it's another Friday night and we're back from vacation. It was a great Labor Day. Hope y'all had a great Labor Day too. And we are back in the building. Can you smell what the infinity equation is cooking? How y'all doing today? How's everybody out here? How's everybody in the chat? Great to see y'all back. Thank you all for coming out here and hanging with us for another Friday night. I'm about to already lose my voice because I'm already getting hyped. I don't know what. I'm always joined here by my freshest, dopest crew. Like we get ready to go on the street corner and break our cardboard and break dance every week. Start off with the man, the myth, the legend, fresh off of Joe Fest. Mr. Valor, how you doing, sir?
I'm awesome, man. Especially after seeing that intro. Damn!
I see you smiling when you see Sarge. You like, oh, this Sarge.
I love it. I was like, ooh, sandwich between Sarge. Nice. I like it. I like it.
And let's not forget the man with the news hound guy on scoops out there, Mr. Rectangular. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. You're scaring me a little, but I'm okay.
It's the hype of being on a Friday night and being the Friday night delight for everybody's enjoyment. And the guy that says he's one of my favorites, but he's about to get fired, replaced real quick. Mr. Laser Pants.
Fired?
Yes, I'm about to replace you. You know what you said earlier.
It's great to be back, man. It seems like forever. It's only been 2 weeks, but it's good to be back. Seeing Dante's angelic little face right there with the halo above his head. Oh. Seeing Rectangular's empty shelves, even though he's got his camera off. Seeing Bobby's perfectly trimmed beard. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful right there.
Look at that helmet. Look at that helmet in the background.
Ooh, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But let's not forget, we got a great guest tonight. And you'll have to say your Instagram name because I forgot that quick because I know I'm going to mispronounce it already. Mr. Matthew Charles, Mr. DC himself. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. The name is ZurEnArrh, and it's a pleasure to be hanging with you all tonight. For sure, for sure.
Appreciate you coming on here and hanging with us.
Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. This is fun time. Yo. There's Posable Ducks is already saying hashtag DC Love. He's already starting. He's already starting up. What's going on, everybody in the chat? We got Action Figure Expert. We got RG, Armand out here doing his thing. We got Disavow. We got John Putnam talking about Action Force AF. That's right. I coined that AF on there. with my money from my copyright. We got David Bond. We got Born the Hula. Okay Figures, Ronald Ramos, Kwam out there doing the thing, Sacrifice Plastic. Yeah, Mr. Post Production. And somebody on Facebook, because we are now broadcasting live on the Facebook group page. Hot day like that. Making our rounds around the world.
Hey, I just want to say off the bat, I love David Bond's comment.
What was David Bond's comment? His energy is infectious. It is.
Oh, yeah. Just gets me amped.
He's like,
yeah, Dante has enough for both of us.
There you go. He's like, I'm not sure how I have two names. I don't know, sir. I don't know. But man, how's everybody's week? How's everybody's week off before we jump into Joe Fest?
It was fine for me. It was a little depressing not seeing you, Dante.
Thank you. This is impressive.
Even though you fired me. Even though you fired me. Had a ton of stuff come in.
We'll bring you back on as temp.
What's that?
We'll bring you back on as a WWE temp. Because they're like contract employees. They're not really like employees.
Wow. Fair enough.
Savage.
Right now it's looking like Blade Runner 2049 outside here in Seattle.
Oh, so it's not no way up there?
Yeah, all the smoke moved up.
I took a picture when I'm on my way home from Interstate 520 or Highway 520 going towards Interstate 405. And normally you can see downtown Bellevue and you can see all the way to the downtown Seattle. But I couldn't even see Bellevue.
Oh, wow.
yeah, you can't even see like a quarter mile. It's so the smoke is so thick.
Wow.
Damn. Well, y'all stay safe. If y'all, any of y'all out there in California, Seattle, Washington State, anywhere on the West Coast, you get that smoke, stay safe, be careful out there. It's definitely, something to keep an eye out, but please be careful. All right. So, Bobby, what you do last week?
I took a 15-hour drive down to Augusta and decided to hang with a bunch of rabid toy fans at Joe Fest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Had all the girls. Had all the girls
show.
screaming like, Bobby, it's Bobby.
No, I don't have any groupies yet. I'm waiting though.
That's what he says now because he's at home.
The show was awesome, man. Great turnout. There was like over 700 people that came, and the new venue that they moved into was awesome because last year they were in like a DoubleTree hotel, so it had just like a small sort of con room, and it was really tight and like claustrophobic feeling. And the Augusta Convention Center where they are now, place is enormous, and it's got like 30-foot high ceilings, and on one side it's got like floor to ceiling windows, so you get like this nice airy open feeling, which you normally don't get at conventions. They always feel like very tight and closed in. So I love the setup, and everyone was good about the masks and things like that. But yeah, great turnout. It was good to see a lot of people that I saw last year and a lot of people that I talked to online. A lot of supporters. Had the first panel and stuff like that. So everything was great. I had a great time at that show.
Good to hear. Glad you had a good time, man.
Yeah, had Sarge next to me, so that was really cool.
Probably geeking out. You were geeking out, weren't you?
I was. Because it's like we were setting up our booth in the morning, and I knew he was going to be like next to us. And at one point, I looked and I like saw our booth, and then I saw like his setup, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then like when we got going and he was there, like we had dinner the night before and things like that. But then the next day, I'm like sitting there and I'm talking to people about Action Force, and then he's there signing and telling people about Action Force 2, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty crazy. So that was really awesome.
Nice.
Was that your first time meeting him in person?
No, I met him. Dwight introduced me to him in I think 2015 at Comic-Con. So I have a picture of me and him then. That was the only time I had met him, and then we got this whole deal done. And then met him again this time, which was very, very cool.
Nice. I'm glad you had fun. But I know that was the highlight of the trip because everybody was screaming like, yo, Bobby brought some Action Force stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot. We had a lot to show. I brought a lot of swag. The comics were flying off the table. Like I had like little holders that fit like 10 comics at a time, and I had the 3 issues in there, and literally we had to keep restocking them like every 5 minutes because people just kept coming to the booth, and people were buying like more than like one of each copy, and then it was just constant people coming to buy the comics, which was great because I wanted to get that story out there, and people are really digging it. So it was great that the comics are a big hit now because they're we're rolling full steam ahead with those. Panel, we showed a bunch of new reveals, which was great. You got one up on the screen right now. We showed the Action Force packaging for the first time. That was very exciting. So people got to come to the booth after the panel and hold the box and see its size and all the graphics and the artwork and stuff. So that was really cool because now it's it's all kind of coming together, and you get to see it all together for the first time. You see the figures, and then you got the packaging next to it. So it's pretty exciting.
These are the guys that are going to take down Superman. They will.
It's refreshing to see a Kickstarter for an action figure line that's actually going to come together.
Well, that's what a lot of people were telling me, because they're like, so many Kickstarters, we waited years and years and years. And I said, I get it. A lot of places had bad factories, but also a lot of those Kickstarters were done by people without toy experience. They didn't know what had to be done, that sort of thing, the financial end of it. I was prepared before this kind of, you know, tornado when it started. Right. So, you know, I think that definitely helps, because, you know, with my experience, I'm able to, you know, see the things before they happen and see like what problems might occur. And I've also got a great team at the factory, so that really helps too. And you know, also it's like you got to, you know, I think I do a really good job of keeping everyone involved. I think other Kickstarters never did anything like what I'm doing now. Like my post yesterday, I showed, you know, one of the molding processes, and it's like, when have you ever seen a company do that? Like show that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I told everyone at the panel, I said, you know, this isn't just for me. This is for you guys. Like, you guys are on this train with me. So anything I'm seeing or doing, I want everyone involved, so they feel like they're a part of this, and they are, because they spent their hard-earned money to help fund this, and, you know, to pre-order, and that people are believing in this. So they deserve to get to see all this behind the scenes stuff, and not just say, all right, I got your money. All right, well, I'll ship your figures when they're ready. So to me, it's more important than that. You know, it wouldn't be possible without the people that help fund it.
All these constant updates too, it makes the wait a little bit easier, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, exactly. I think because that's the thing. Because say, for instance, there are some delays that come up. I think maybe the sting is a little easier when there's so much to be shown. It's like, you know, when you're just kind of left in the dark, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, my stuff was supposed to ship, and then 6 months later, you're like, oh, I finally got an update that it's going to be another 6 months. So, you know, I'm not saying there won't be delays. I really hope there won't be, or if there are, they're minimal. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to make sure that it's not as harsh of a feeling, because, you know, I'm trying to give you guys as much as possible.
Transparency.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I like the shot that you took at the G.I. Joe line here, declassified.
Yeah, so
everybody loved that.
This was one of the reveals after the packaging. You know, it's not a panel without some cool big reveals. So I made a big announcement that Series 1 is so successful between the people that have pre-ordered with me, the people that have ordered through Big Bad Toy and Dorkside and some of the other smaller vendors that I have. It's been so successful that I'm able to fund the production of Series 2 pretty much on the same timetable as Series 1. So all of the parts for Series 2 are being tooled with Series 1, and I'll be able to fund it all, so that I won't have to do any more Kickstarters or you know, pre-orders to get the money in, to do orders, kind of like Super 7 does. I'm funding it, and it's going into production so that it won't be available for pre-order until all of Series 1 is out the door. Because to me, it's important that I don't ask you to buy into Series 2 before I deliver on Series 1. So Series 1 is good. As soon as that last box is out the door, I'm going to open up pre-orders for Series 2. And then within 2 to 3 months, Series 2 should ship to you.
Wow.
So that's the plan. Because again, with other Kickstarters, it's, you get your product, you finally get your product, and then it's usually like a year or more before you get more product from that company. And that's not good. You want to keep your brand relevant. And to me, it's important to keep Action Force in the spotlight and in your mind, so that you don't just forget about it. Because I want this to be a brand that comes out all the time, and you're getting constant items and content. That's why it was important that I get Series 2 going. And then hopefully with everything from the leftovers of Series 1 and then all of Series 2, there's enough to then fund Series 3, which is going to be all the female characters. And then the plan would be then to get that out by like the end of 2021 or like the very beginning of 2022.
Nice. Now,
so,
I'm sorry.
No, so with that, I showed some reveals, some characters that didn't get unlocked for the Kickstarter. They will be involved in Series 2. This figure right here, the Crimson Shadow Trooper, which is a little vintage throwback if you know your history. This will be part of Series 2. The declassified gear pack, which everyone kind of went nuts over, will
everyone was real gung ho for that one.
That one will not be part of Series 2, but you may see it sooner than you expect. So some news on that might be coming in the next few weeks. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one.
Nice.
But I showed a lot of good characters in there, but that's also not all of Series 2. Like, there's still more that I haven't shown that I'm still keeping for later. But I just wanted to give people a sprinkling of what they'll expect for Series 2.
I just have a quick question about the Crimson Trooper, because I show you had the clips there. Will those be able to go on like anywhere on the figure itself, like to hold those clips, or
the mags? Yeah, the mags fit in the mag pouches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Answer my question. I mean, I'm already sold on Series 2.
Function. We don't do accessories that don't have function. Come on, man.
Look, I was already sold on Series 1 after I talked to you, and now I'm sold on Series 2. Like, I can't wait. And why Series 2 will already pay for Series 3 itself.
That's the plan. I believe in this thing, and I believed in it from the start. And being able to do this shows that, like, I don't want to say the gamble paid off, because I believed in this thing. I knew it was going to be a success. It's just like, look, this is all the hard work has paid off, and what I thought was going to happen happened. And I'm able to make this something that has longevity.
So like Series 2, not a Kickstarter. You're going to go straight to pre-orders on your website and the other online retailers. Yep.
No more Crowdox, no more Kickstarter. So everything for Series 2 will be available through the Valaverse site. And you'll place your order there, and it's not a traditional pre-order like I know like Super 7 does, like pre-order. They make to order kind of thing. So you're going to be waiting. This is like, nope, your pre-orders come in, but the stuff is going to be on its way, and that's how it's going to get to you a lot quicker.
I like how you have characters of color in here.
You gotta. Like, why would you not?
Are you going to grow a goatee, Dante?
I might, because it's almost look like me if I shave my head. I can get my eyebrows a little bit thicker.
You can cosplay.
Yeah, come in and be like, I'll roll out. I'll put Action Forces. Fuck.
I could put Matthew in the line, but we wouldn't be able to put a helmet on your head.
That's cool, man. Bullets just stray right through the fro.
Right.
Exactly like that.
There you go.
Actually, Bobby, you got some questions here. I'm pulling them up here for you, sir. You got some good. Let's see. Somebody did have a question. I'm trying to find it here. Quam Taylor says, Bobby, if you had one toy reviewer to review your Action Force figure, who would it be?
That's a tough one, because I had a lot of great guys I sent some of the resin models to early on, like Dan Larson and Shardamus and Robo. So I don't know. That's a tough one. I wouldn't really want to, if I had to just choose one, I wouldn't really want to single anyone out. I feel like Robo does great reviews. I mean, because those guys got their hands on them previously, I'd probably maybe want Wade to do it, just because Wade hadn't seen them before, and I love his review. So, he'd probably be up there on the list. But I don't know. I'll have to think about that one.
Nice. Distant Val says, declassify. Haha, well played, sir. Well played.
You know me, I gotta dig that knife, and I don't just dig it, I twist
do it. When I seen declassify, I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. He's like, he came up behind you. Like, yeah. There you go, you're done. Ron Raymond says, I have a weird question. So these are all made overseas like other figures. What keeps companies from doing it all in the States? Laws, price, and price. How much would a U.S. made figure cost?
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot of factors. I mean, price is definitely, a factor. It's unfortunate that the labor overseas is so cheap, and, they work for pennies and dollars. But it's just why everything is sort of manufactured over there. But if you were to do it in the States, I mean, an Action Force figure would probably be, $100 figure. Probably be like Mezco, just because the cost of it is just so high. But also, if I decided I wanted to switch over to the U.S., there's no factories over here that have the capability and the experience of doing a premium action figure like this. The factories over in Hong Kong and China, they know what they're doing. They've done this for years. If I had to bring the operation over here and explain to a factory like, hey, this is what I need to be done, it would take a year just to get them up to speed with the manufacturing process. So, you know, I don't ever see it coming over here. It would be great if the line could be made over here. It's just kind of one of those things, man. Just, you know, it's the necessary evil that comes with, you know, making toys.
Gotcha. This about as is trigger Bobby.
No, it is not. I get it all the time. I got, am I Karak? Am I triggered? No, I don't put myself in my line, at least not yet. I'm only on that Iceman figure. I'm not on any of the other figures yet.
What about a skinny black dude? Can you put him in there? Like a bald head. Like I see you already got the bald head black guy. I just don't have the goatee, so it's just like straight bald black guy.
See what we can do.
I appreciate it. Kwame says Bobby's choice reviewer would be Anthony's customs. Oh man. Hey, Mr. Casey Evans, Matthew DC Love. Now, for those
right
who did, yeah, right there. See, for those who did watch or missed last, was it 2 weeks ago when we had Cal Dodd on? Mr. Casey Evans won our Wolverine contest. Cal Dodd picked his picture as the #1 picture. So congratulations again, Casey.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. Everybody was hyped. Everybody was hyped when Cal came. I was hyped too. I was like, oh. And he was doing the best part was when he started doing the lines as Wolverine. I'm like, yo, I'm done. It's your show. You can do whatever you want on it. Just do whatever you want. John Putnam says, Bobby, will Series 1 figures still be available after all the pre-orders on Crowder Ox, BBTS, and Dorkside are in, or do I need to go up my pre-order?
I mean, you should probably up your pre-order, but no, I'm gonna have more order made to order so that there will be some leftovers for Series 1 for the people that missed out. Because I understand that there are a lot of people that feel like, okay, well, it's not a proven line yet. I want to see them in people's hands first before I commit to it, and I totally understand that. That's fine. But because of that, I don't want to leave people to the secondary market. I don't want them to have to go to eBay or anything like that. So I'll have product available on the site for Series 1 when everything ships out for all the people that funded and pre-ordered first.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm glad you had a good time at Joe Fest. And we are definitely excited to get you some more money in your pocket so you can see some more Action Force figures.
Yeah, it's been great. The sales have been great. I don't know if you guys saw, I have to give her a shout out just because she's adorable and I've given her, a shout out anytime I can. Did you see the little girl who cosplayed as Pandora?
Yes.
That was awesome.
She was awesome. That was literally like the first 5 minutes of the show. She showed up and her head was shaved on the side. And I was like, wow, like she had the scars drawn on her face. She literally went all out. She was awesome. I love that kind of shit.
So you got your first cosplayers already. Look at you. Like, you already make a difference in the world.
She's not the first. Someone dressed up as Bone Collector for Joe Fest last year. But she's the first female cosplayer for the line.
Look, you get the kids when they're young. That's the most important thing.
Getting them when they're young. I told her dad, I was like, she's got to come to every show now.
All right, so let's blaze this week's news. A little bit of last week since we weren't here last week. First things first was Dr. Doom. I don't have a picture, and there's really no reason to bring up a picture of Dr. Doom with his first, the first cloth gear figure we're getting, and wasn't the cloth that we were all expecting, and I don't know what to say. What do you guys' thoughts on it? I can bring it up if you need me to, but
I got it.
Do you really want me to?
Yeah, come on, show it. You gotta show it.
I got it.
You got it. All right. Clothy Doom. Only thing that's cloth on is his collar. That's it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think one thing that would have really made it worthwhile to get if you're a loose collector is an alternate Doombot head.
Yeah.
That was kind of a big letdown for me. But yeah, it definitely looks wonky with the cloth goods, whatever that is, cowl, the shoulder thing, and then a plastic cape.
Yeah, and I understand they were going for that first appearance Dr. Doom with it, but I thought at least if you're going to do that, at least give us a cloth cape as well.
I told you guys they don't like soft. It's amazing that they actually put this on here, but I know why they did it is because they didn't want to tool up a new torso, and that would be a thin piece. You didn't want it to be like a PVC part. So I get why they did it, but it's just funny that this is what they wasted soft goods on for Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It is.
Are any other parts new on him?
No.
So it's just like different deco and some accessories.
Yeah, it's a lighter green on him than the old one.
I think those accessories came from the movie Scarlet Witch, and they're just molded in green instead of pink.
Mm-hmm. And that's the same book we got with Gray Beast.
So that
is that also the same? Did that book come with the Doctor Strange Comic-Con set?
I don't think he came with a book.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have liked to have seen a shorter tunic as well. So it's disappointing that they didn't do that.
Yeah. You know what? Look, as long as I know I'm frustrated with it a little bit, but I still bought me two. So anyway, they got my money. So they got me. They got me. They did.
So now you have the right to complain.
Yeah,
because you bought it, you can complain.
You're right. They already got me for two. I can.
I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah. See, like look, you love your Hasbro. It will complain, but you know what? You still got us in the pockets. You hit us in the pockets as always.
I feel that sentiment in the realest way. If you want to talk about DC, I feel that.
Oh, we're gonna talk about some DC. We're gonna talk about some DC.
DC disappointed constantly.
Disappointed consumer, depressed consumer.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The only time I liked a DC figure was when DC Collectibles had it and when Mattel had it. Other than that, everybody has been ass with it.
Mattel.
Look, I have you can. Some of them are in the back of me, like right here on the other side, like right here. But my DC teams are all in that DTOF right there. I enjoyed them. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I like them because they're better than the 7-inch McFarlane ones that we've gotten. They're oversized, and DC Collectibles went it down a little bit of a size, but they had decent accessories and range on them. So it's a toss. Honestly, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject, I gotta say, me and my girlfriend endured the entire first season of Doom Patrol, and that shit is so whack.
So whack. You know what?
I disagree.
Thank you. Somebody.
I disagree.
Thank you.
That show is so beyond bad. Like,
because you know what? You're not
terrible.
used to something. You're not used to something that's out of the norm. It's not like it's not your regular superhero show, because Doom Patrol was never like that super team like they try to make them out to be. Maybe the old school ones when they had like all the older team, like the first team members of Doom Patrol, but no, this is like a dysfunctional, truly dysfunctional team. That's amazing. I love it.
You can't make that argument because fucking Watchmen was amazing. The movie was really good, and then the fucking show was fantastic. So you can't.
The show was different though. The show was after the team was gone.
Yeah, but you're talking about you're trying to say that it's not your standard superhero team, like Justice League or Avengers or something like that. Well, neither is Watchmen. They were all fucking dysfunctional.
But they were all technically all broken up. Yeah,
it's a different kind of dysfunction. Yeah. Like they were. You can say they were veteran superheroes who were dysfunctional, apathetic. They had their hang-ups. These are arguably clowns, but who are trying to get it together.
Even if you put all those characters together, and you could make a better show than that show was. That show was fucking horribly written. It was horribly written. There's no payoff ever. The fucking you sit through the entire show. Even the show even the show makes fun of itself and says, "You've sat through 13 episodes waiting for a fucking superhero payoff, and they still don't give you a payoff at the end. They still don't give you a payoff. It sucks."
That's what Mr. Nobody is. He
I think
that
that's
guy.
the point.
He's the breaking the fourth wall. That is your fourth wall point. It's not Deadpool breaking the fourth wall like everybody loves. It's Mr. Nobody. He just breaks it. He's like, look, these guys can't even get together. Like, how are they going to stop me? And they can't get themselves together. Like, yo, like,
it's clever. It's clever.
Yeah,
I think it's cleverly written.
Todd's waiting for Squirrel Girl to come on Hulu. That's what
I want my 15 hours back.
This guy. All right, so Hasbro PulseCon 2020. Here we go. September 25th and 26th, respectively. But this time, it will not be a live. I don't think it's a live stream. I think because they said it's on YouTube. So I don't think it's going to be a live stream.
It's probably pre-recorded stuff.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Unless they do it live on YouTube, which I don't understand why they just would do like a live stream on Facebook. But so, yeah, that is going to be, well, we already found out one of the announcements was the Hellfire Goons, soldiers, technically. That's what they're called.
Guards.
Well, they technically haven't announced it yet.
True.
Dan Who announced it for him.
He sure did with that review. Yo, if you haven't checked out Dan Who's review, go check it out after the show or after. Maybe you know what? Go check it out during a parallel show. Okay, just don't you show up late to a parallel show. Yeah, I said it. Show up late to a parallel show. It's okay. You can be late to that show. He's not starting off like really big right now. Okay, guy's okay. Yeah.
So Dan, after he got his, and I think it was Dan Yoon or Ryan Ting commented on Dan's post. They apparently got a hold of what's it called, Forbidden Planet in the UK, and told them to take them off the shelves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Hey, what you doing down there? Take them off. No, I ain't telling you put that out there.
Street date.
Right.
Yep.
It's like that Seinfeld episode. Who told you to put the bomb on? The maestro told you to put the bomb on? The maestro told you to put the bomb on.
You know, I've been trying to get Forbidden Planet to carry Action Force product because they're big in the UK.
Really?
Leaks? No way. You can't have leaks.
Yeah. And it's funny because like somebody said they found it and they had it in hand. They took a picture, the box. I was like, man, that head looks a little big. I don't know if that's really like the box or that's the real figure. It looks kind of suspect. Dan Who went to this Forbidden Planet. They had like 6 of them on the shelf. He picked it up, and that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
So now the UK finally got something first.
I would like to be able to share a picture of it. Let me try to find one.
I have one. I have one on Toy Amigos Instagram page. All right.
He shouldn't have bought all those Power Rangers. Now he only bought 2.
Oh man, yeah, like it's there it is, and it's all flesh and glory and a Bucky cap on a Bucky body, Buck Cat body.
Man, they are loving that body.
Yeah,
that's what everybody keeps saying.
It would have been nice to get the get it on the body they used for Moon Knight, the new Moon Knight. But this is fine. I mean, $15. I'll get 10 of them.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
I would like to come with an extra, like different head sculpt on there with it, like the grimace and face that's on the box, like something like that has some kind of facial expression, not just like the kind of doll face expression.
Well, we'll probably get something like that in the future, but for 15, you're going to get one head sculpt and a couple of guns. One thing, even more than a head sculpt, I want fists for it. But I mean, we have a million Bucky Cat bodies. I'm sure there's some red fists somewhere.
There's somebody got red fists somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Daredevil. Yep.
Yeah, good point.
There you go. Also going off of here too. Let me see if I can find it real quick off it. And thanks to Toy Amigos letting us borrow your Instagram page. We appreciate you. I'm gonna go on my Todd McFarlane rant of the week. So, Todd, I'm letting you know right now, Todd, and not you, Rectangular. I'm talking to the other Todd. I'm selling this crap when I get it. I'm just letting you know. I'm done. I'm done with your BS. I'm done with your foolishness. To say that you could not put no ab articulation into that chest is beyond me. You're still stuck in the 1990s. We're now in 2020, and your figure still, and you refuse still to have some kind of articulation in this figure. You're so false good, sir. That's why I'm taking this money that I'm selling the Spawn for and buying more freaking Action Force figures. Thank you, Todd McFarlane, for helping Bobby get more money into his pocket because of your nonsensicalness.
Man, Bobby's going to be buying those Mark McGuire home run balls now.
As he should be. Because his figures got some freaking ab articulation in them.
I think I could find something better to spend my money on.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing just makes me really glad I was never really a Spawn fan.
I just wanted one good Spawn. One good Spawn. I was thinking, yes, this is it. This is it.
So is that everything that comes with the figure?
Supposedly, yes. I
Gotcha.
think, yes. So it's supposed to come with these comics, the nameplates, like these extra accessories like the sword, the necroplasma, the gun, the extra heads, and then the one I got was the 3. It's like the prototype like mold for it, but it's like it's in that the gray color, and then it's like the regular Spawn, and then I forget it's like the screaming out. I forget what the other one is. There's 3 fucking figures at this point that I'm never going to look at them because I'm just going to be on eBay.
Selling them.
Right when they come in, that hit that door, I'm going to be shipping them. Try to ship them right on out. Don't even have to open the box. I don't even care what the box looks like. Look, you get what you bought.
Yeah.
Damn. Who the hell said I'm going to be sleeping with this damn? You know what? Arthur, I'm not sleeping with the damn Spawn figure. You know what? This thing's going. I mean, it's not even opening the box because there's nothing for me to look at.
So I haven't really followed a lot of that Kickstarter. But Darth Clueless had a question in the chat there.
Did he say? Yeah, he fooled me. Did he say he was actually going to be highly articulated? From what the video showed, yes, it said it was going to be highly articulated. And he sold a bill of false goods.
Mm-hmm.
It's nonsensicalness. And yes, I made it's a word, semi-word, nonsensicalness. One six shooter, it's nonsensicalness.
Yeah, so he was going to do the underskeleton with the soft torso, right? So you could articulate it that way, right? Like a Storm Collectibles figure. Right?
Yeah, that's how it was supposed to be.
And then he decided to swap that out with hard plastic. So that articulation's gone. You can put all the articulation you want in the arms and legs, but if there's nothing in the torso, what are you going to do with it?
Oh, he got rid of the articulation in the torso? Like he got rid of that soft PVC covering, that skin?
Yeah, that's what he said.
He said it couldn't work from where his people were doing. It wasn't going to work for it. Like, dude, does 1000 Toys have to come over and show you how it's done? I'm sorry. Like, who are you to tell us it doesn't work? Like, we can show you a bunch of figures that it works on. Like, get out of my face.
What I don't get is why doesn't he do a line of Spawn figures, go deeper into that character's rogues gallery and all that, and do it like he's done Fortnite and Mortal Kombat? How come he doesn't do that?
Because he's I'm not going to say the words.
Probably doesn't want to. I mean, doesn't have to. I guess since it's not his.
So he can sell us a false bill of goods on that one too.
I mean, he has other, I guess, competing voices with like DC with Fortnite that say we need to have these aspects in the figure. Spawn, I think, is completely his, and from his history, he's never been like a fan of articulation in that way.
Right.
So.
But this is the crazy part. His Spawn Mortal Kombat figure has the ab articulation in it.
Yeah.
So how can you not put this in your own freaking figure line of a character that you created? That makes no sense.
The ultimate okie doke.
And it truly was, because the video shows something completely different than what he's giving us. Trash.
Matt, I want to go and find that video where he says it doesn't work.
It's one of the Kickstarter videos, like updates. It's
really?
Yeah. But this kind of redeemed it. I might have to get this. The DC Multiverse Bat Cycle from Dark Knight's Death Metal.
It's kind of niche to me.
Quickly you turn.
It's nice looking.
Yeah. It is. I do like the look of it. I think that's the only aspect of it. I just wanted because it's so nice looking.
Yeah, that's probably I'd probably mess with it just because of that, but I don't know how I'm excited. I don't know if I'm excited about the Batman that would accompany it. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know which Batman comes yet? Because I didn't see.
It's probably upcoming. It's gonna be probably the what is it? The Heavy Metal Dark Knight Metal 2 Batman with this. I think it's a scythe or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started jumping into this story. A week or two ago, Art G sent me a link to Comics Explained, and so I was watching. It's like a 3-hour long video.
Yeah,
I think I've watched like maybe 30 minutes, but it seems pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's good. He like Comic Explained is awesome. Like if you need to catch up on any kind of comic, that's the YouTube page to watch because like he like reads story but short. It's like short versions. Even though he does the voices, it's like real short versions, but you get like the main story out of it.
Yeah.
Then there was this news of like some new Marvel figures that have not been announced. Marvel Legends exclusive Twilight. And the Eternals figure one Eternal figure we did see. Let's see.
Let me correct you there, Dante.
What the new Eternals figure that we did see?
Well, Twilight is the code name for Moon Knight.
Oh, okay.
And then the Eternals, that's the assortment. That's for the wave. Right.
Well, I was just saying that the one that was shown, I wasn't going to violate what this was saying. I was saying we did see one of them. The Silver Centurion. And
I don't think that's going to be a Walgreens exclusive. The Eternals figure that was leaked.
Yeah.
That'll probably go to Target or Walmart.
What is this Marvel? Something good jujitsu?
I think that's like some. I don't think it's a Marvel Legend because I didn't say Marvel.
Maybe
Legend.
It's a Funko Pop.
Might be because it didn't say Marvel Legend on it. It just said Marvel Goo Jiu-Jitsu.
I'm really surprised these are still going to hit retail right now, considering the movie was pushed back to next year, maybe.
Well, remember they probably had them made up, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, they pretty much have to get them out because Bobby can probably verify because of the production cycle. They can't just. I mean, unless they're just going to stick them in a warehouse somewhere.
Right.
They got to get
probably their big warehouse in Chino in California. I'm pretty sure that's like where everything from the factory gets delivered, and from what I heard, it's enormous. So they'll probably just going to stash it there if they were smart.
Yeah,
because the factory will probably charge them like a rental fee to have the product just staying there. So it'll be easier just to get it over and put it in your own warehouse.
They can keep them there. I don't think I've ever been as unexcited for new Marvel Legends as I have for this wave. Like, maybe the movie will be good. I'll give it a shot, but I think
it's just because it's all movie figures, and which I don't collect.
Yeah.
Like I skip over all movie figures now.
I just feel like Endgame was a really good ending to the MCU, and I don't know. Anything past that doesn't. It's not that exciting to me right now.
Yeah.
If there were comic book figures, I'd be excited, but I'm with Dante. I seriously think they're going to be movie figures, so my interest is not great. I mean, even if the movie's great, I don't know that I'm going to invest in movie figures.
Yeah. And here comes Mr. Judson.
He's coming after you, Dante.
I know. He never lets me down. Just never lets me down. He never promised ab articulation. He decided to try soft torso after you all cried about the articulation. Your big ass fucking crap babies called the ambulance. You know what, Jetson? I'm demoting you now. You're demoted.
Blocked.
I ain't blocking you. No, I'm gonna let you sit there and be demoted and just feel the heat of demotion. Just demoting everybody. Everybody's getting demoted. The Mezco came out with their Doc Nocturnal. Don't know where they came up with this.
I got a story about this one.
That's right. Go ahead, start. Go ahead with the story, sir.
I think it looks really cool. I really want this figure. Very, pulp 1930s looking kind of character. Kind of reminds me like, I don't know, something you'd see in The Shadow or something like that. I think it looks awesome. What's not awesome is getting charged twice and not getting a refund yet. So I reached out to Mezco on Instagram, which has worked for me before when I've had issues. And they said, email customer service at mezco.com. So I emailed them and I sent the two, it was through PayPal, sent them the two PayPal transaction ID numbers. That was Thursday. So that was yesterday, and I still haven't heard anything back. I get it. It's only been a day, but it's nearly $150 I was overcharged. It sucks. I want the 150. I really want it before all the Hasbro exclusives go live.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey, that's what happens when you play around with the shenanigans of Mezco.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and this is the first time I've been double charged. It was another one of those situations where their website crashed completely. It took me a half hour just to get the transaction to go through, and then they double charged me.
Yeah.
Like, how long and how many complaints do you have to hear before you actually fix your fucking website? It's ridiculous.
So someone from Mezco did a Reddit AMA.
Yeah.
And they pretty much said, we know there's issues with the website. We can't fix it. So this is the way it's going to be if you collect Mezco for now.
Or at least for exclusives.
Just pay a web guy.
I don't get it. I don't know why they can't upgrade it, fix it. I mean,
might be a cost benefit analysis. It might be whatever the cost is. Might not outweigh. It might not outweigh the complaint. Like, they can probably deal with the complaint. So like, all right, we know. Like Dante said earlier, we got y'all in our we in y'all pockets. Y'all gonna pay for this. So
yeah,
we can kind of just ride the storm of the complaints. Well, I don't think that's the case, but I mean, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah.
For me, I only order from their website if it's their a Mezco exclusive. You have to, otherwise I go through other websites.
Yeah, same.
Which you can also shoot yourself in the foot doing that, because if you get a defect, hopefully the retailer you buy it from will help you out. But if they can't, Mezco's not helping you out. You have to buy direct from them if you have a defective figure or missing parts or something like that. If you didn't buy it direct from them, they're not going to help you out.
They say
so.
Wish you
it's
luck.
A gamble.
Yeah, it is. It is. But man, they make good figures.
Yeah, they can't be denied.
And then we finally get a Frank from They Live from NECA. I might just have to get this because I enjoyed Keith David in that movie. I enjoyed it. I love that movie. I love They Live.
What
this
movie?
Is the 8-inch scale.
Earlier.
Just need to grow a mustache, Dante.
Yeah. I get that little chin beard too. Is going. I'm like, I'm not putting on the glasses. Put on the glasses. I might just have to get it just to.
He actually looks like Chappelle there.
The only reason why I've never got into their soft good stuff is because it's 8-inch scale.
What, you talking about the pants? Like somebody tore them right here?
Wow, that's bad. That's your promo picture? Come on.
Yeah.
Is this something new for them? This 8-inch line? Or they?
No.
This is
they've been
normal?
doing it a long time.
They've been doing it a while.
You remember that Home Alone figure everyone used for like every picture a couple years ago? Kevin McAllister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same line.
Got you. Yeah, 8 inches. That's nice. Way out my league.
It's an odd scale. It doesn't really go. I mean, it's a weird scale.
That's NECA for you.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Matthew Charles.
Yes, sir.
Brought you on here because you do some great DC, and if Cap's here, he would say he loves you because you do some Power Rangers. One of the very few guys out there doing Power Rangers.
Yeah.
he would be in heaven right now. He'd be like, yes, somebody else who does Power Rangers. Yes.
But yeah, I dabble.
But tell us a little bit how you guys started, like, loving, like, in DC, collecting, what got you started into doing what you do today?
Yeah. DC, I kind of just stumbled upon it, probably like everyone else younger. You saw the 66 Batman, whatever, repeats. Batman was cool. I really got heavy into DC with the animated series. I enjoyed that a lot. I got into comic books, like that picture you have up there, the Ghost Rider comic book. I wasn't like a huge Ghost Rider fan at all, but that was like the first comic like my mom bought me. And she didn't want to buy it for me because she thought I was going to look at the pictures. She challenged me to read it. I promised her that I would, and just been reading ever since. So I got into comics heavy that way. I'd go to like the dollar store, pick up like the 3 comics for $1. That's where I got a lot of Valiant stuff. So I guess I'm probably more aware of their universe than I was DC and Marvel, just because it was cheaper. I didn't have to really ask my mom to buy them. I could buy them myself because they were $1. But as far as like my transition to collecting, I would pick up comics here and there. I stayed in the community of like I guess comic book reading for the most part through high school here and there. When I got to college, that's when I started buying comics again, a lot of the trades. Then I was, I guess, in the early stages of Instagram. So what, 2011, 12 or something like that. I don't know if that's early Instagram, but early enough for me. That's when I kind of joined in. I would flip through, scrolling, and I'd see people taking pictures of toys. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I don't know if it was related, but that's when Arkham, it was Arkham, the first Arkham, not coming to me right now. The first Arkham game dropped. They had some figures. Yeah, Arkham Asylum. Yeah. And so, I said, all right, I'll pick up some figures as I started, buying a lot more trades again. Because then that was, again, the same time New 52 dropped. They were putting out figures. I didn't know that much about figures. I guess I didn't know much about articulation except, oh, these sculpts look cool. So I would pick up a couple of those. And then, I'm going through Instagram. I'm seeing, I guess some of the names you all know. I'm seeing D Amazing. I'm seeing Pharaoh. I'm seeing Bug. I'm seeing Black Lantern. Do all this stuff with toys. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. They're telling their own stories. They're recreating images. I want to try that. Now, I didn't know about the ACBA style and anything like that. So I was heavy with the little apps to create effects and things like that. I went out and bought a whole bunch of the new 52. I bought a lot of the 0 year Batman figures. So I was shocked. I was sad. I know a lot of us were sad with what happened with DC Direct, but they were the line that brought me into this hobby. As bad as that articulation was, it's tight, bow-legged Capullo Batman. But I rocked with it. I almost made it like a badge of honor to try to pose up these super stiff ass figures. But I just kind of rolled with that and continued to try to build on the craft, learning from others, and just enjoying it. The freedom you're given to tell stories with the characters that you love, to recreate or to create new stories. I appreciate it. It's definitely one of the things I do to encourage, nurture my own creativity for my own work. I find comic books very, very vital to the work that I do, I guess, outside the hobby. I don't know if you all care about that, but
yeah.
Well, just the way you just the way you put it right there, you're telling a story.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that came to my mind when I started scrolling through your feed. Is that your photos tell a story?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
it's not always just someone getting punched in the face, which is really cool. Right. But your photos are just they're like a panel ripped right out of a book.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is a high honor. I mean, that's almost something I aspire to. I guess more as you have the Black Panther story going on there. I really wanted to capitalize on comic books. Like I think of this as an art that's dedicated to comic books, and so I try to recreate that with these paneled shots. If I can tell longer stories, so that it's not just the punching in the face, but that we have this dialogue, because comics are just such a unique medium, and I think a lot of people are discovering that now. The ability it has to not only tell stories, but to live in this unique place where you have words, captions, and you have pictures, and I need to be able to learn how to read both of them. It's not just the pictures, not just the words. It's an organic thing, and so that's what I try to do. I weaved in between, really heavy on captions, and then moving to try to let the picture tell the whole story, and then weaving back to telling more stories with panels, but also heavier captions, because I think that's just authentic to what a comic is.
Yeah, telling a story without words, really. I mean, that's half of comic books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely, like Ryan, just to kind of piggyback what Ryan said, yours does tell a full on story. And you know what? And I have to give you the pictures are amazing, but you know what else is amazing? And I know Brandon will say it because he's here. Your cutout game is on point, sir.
You said the right name. Thank you.
Yeah,
you said the right name. That man right there is if I can humbly accept your praise for my cutouts, it is largely in part due to constantly consulting Brandon about placement, and also shouting out Weapon X, Adam Smith, who I studied his work. He really brought me under his wing to really learn the craft. But yeah, I go to Brandon constantly for cutout placements, for actual cutouts, because he makes them sometimes. I ask him how much it costs for this particular caption or to tell this particular story, and he is more than willing to help me bring that to life. So yeah, you mentioned the right name there. If I have any kind of cutout game at all, it's because of him for sure.
Yeah, him and you know what? Not gonna lie, him and Wispin always have the perfect cutout game. I don't know how they do it, but they do it.
Yeah.
They won't give no trade secrets out. I can't say these guys.
I'd like to ask y'all opinion on that, because I find myself going into this realm where I want to do more cutouts. Like, you scrolled past it, but the whole Superman getting knocked out. I got a lot of Superman getting knocked out. There's a lot of Superman getting knocked out, and right there, the Shazam one. Yeah, there's a lot of Superman getting knocked out in comic books. But I know that's a debate. And it's a stylistic thing to ask whether how much cutout should be a part of your picture. Is it monopolizing the picture? How strict are you being in following the source from that cutout? These are all questions I have in my head. And really now, because I got Supreme Knight, I got ideas for him. Y'all know Hush Batman. Everybody about to redo that scene for Superman getting knocked out by the Hush Batman.
Wait
but
till
also
Superman comes out. That's when. That's when it's going.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But that's why I also, I'm thinking about, okay, maybe I'll get ahead of it because not to get ahead like it's a race, but I know people about the OD on that. I want to do it with Mezco Supreme Knight, because I think that blue version, people kind of slept on that one, but that is an excellent figure. That is, when I saw that, I saw Hush. I know a lot of people argue something different. Maybe they saw a different type of Batman because of the emblem, but to me, they were telling, that was them giving their version of Hush Batman. And so when I saw that, I saw the Kryptonite knuckle duster or whatever they want to call it. I'm like, oh yeah, Superman about to get this work. So I got to get the cutouts on deck. But my question to say, I ask your opinion is, do you all ever think it's like, what is the balance? Should it be, cutouts occasionally? If you do cutouts, like, is it all right if you're doing the big ones like Superman getting knocked out? Is it a lack of creativity if you want to recreate one of those source images? Because I read the comics. As I'm reading the comics, if I find a cool picture, like I got them in my mind, I see Joker getting his teeth knocked out. I want to recreate that. I want to take that cutout, put a Batman behind it, Red Hood behind it, recreate that. Would you all still consider that creative, or is that just I'm just redoing something?
No, that's very creative because it's a totally different art form, and to take a panel from a comic book and put it in 3D with action figures, that's not easy. Like when I tell people, family members, friends that don't know anything about this hobby, what I do, they're like, oh, that's weird. And I'll show them a picture, and they're like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. They don't realize the amount of work and effort that goes into doing something like that. This right here with your lighting and your backdrop, are those, is that in front of a TV, or are those buildings?
No, that's the backdrop that came with the NECA street dial.
Okay, so there you go. And just the placement of everything. You got Superman on the stand. You don't see the stand, right?
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
Yeah. And then as far as the cutouts, I don't think there should be any hard, fast rule on that. No, because the way that stuff is used in comics it's all over the place. Sometimes that is the focus of the shot. That cutout, that whoosh or whatever. Go ahead, Dante.
I'm sorry. It's just, as long as it doesn't overtake the photo. That's the thing. So if it's like you had in the one here, like,
I sent Dante a picture of one with like the Justice League, and you've got Wonder Woman with a question mark, got Superman saying, "Are you done?"
Yeah.
Saying, "I do not want your help," and then Green Lantern saying something that you can't really read it. So that, I would say, is a little too much. Is when if you got cutouts in different perspectives, if you can't focus on one, then you probably want to take it out.
Yeah, I remember that picture, and I got that feedback. I remember the memory of it was I wanted them to be like they're having the conversation behind them. So I wanted the speech bubbles to say that clearly. But then it is the issue of perspective. Like, what is the point of the cutout, having the cutout, if it isn't in focus? There it is right there. Yeah. And so I wanted them to seem like, they were having this conversation behind them, like, oh, is he leaving? Blah, 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 blah. So the one cutout I wanted in focus wasn't focused, but I do appreciate that critique, and I hear it. Because you're right. It does question, what's the point of them being there?
Yeah. And as a judge, that's the kind of thing I'm looking at. And also because you can change your focal length so that they're all in focus. And then also, what you are good at doing, which is very important when I'm judging photos or videos, is are the stems pointed at their mouths? And also, are the, is it edged nice? And also, are the words parallel with the horizon? Because if they're not, like, even if you have a Dutch angle in your shot, you need to adjust your cutout so that the horizon is parallel with your words, otherwise it doesn't work. Because you would never see that in a comic.
You know, there are. I kind of say something. There are some artists and writers who do take liberty with that, who make their word bubbles different. Because even when you like if it's a 2-page fold out and they're doing something different with it, like it might be like kind of going a diagonal. The word bubbles are diagonal too as well. So it kind of depends on like where you want it, like what you're doing and how you're wanting it to be. And there's some that I've seen like where they're upside down. Your question was earlier. If like Todd said, like if it's out of focus, I think if it's just too much of cutouts in there, then it kind of takes away from the photo.
Yeah.
Like you
just kind of have a balance on it.
Yeah, a lot of my fellow admins in the group really dislike having full figure cutouts. I don't have a problem with it if it's done well. A lot of people use them, especially for transformers, because it's hard to get a transformer to get into a very dynamic pose. So they'll use a picture from the comics, cut it out, where Starscream or whoever is in a real dramatic pose that you can't get the figure in because the figure's just not that articulated. And I don't have a problem with it as long as you're not using a bunch of different cutouts as substitutes for figures. Then I think it's overdone.
So, and what the point you're speaking to was what was the original notion that brought about my question. Because the cutouts I want to experiment with, I consider them full figured cutouts. They would probably be in the forefront because it's that figure, somebody getting punched in the mouth. I'm thinking right now I have that Joker one in my mind with the little teeth flare. And yeah, I could probably use the Mesco Joker to do that. He has a beat up face. But I don't know. I think there's a value to that cutout. But yeah, I mean, I always want to be sensitive to what admins are thinking, where the medium is being pushed. But then also just having fun. So, if I do it and I like it and people don't like it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's all good. I tried. This is me. A lot of them are homages. Homage. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, to the original artist. Which this brings another question too, like with the whole question of creativity. If you're doing a homage, like the last picture I posted last night, I think on Instagram, was that it was my recreation of Batman 1027 cover. Like, is that doesn't have a cutout, but I question sometimes how people read the creativity of that. Not that the process was difficult, but it's like, oh, you kind of just redid what someone else did. And I find that difficult for myself because I find myself in that place a lot where, I'm reading comics. I am saving the pictures that I like because I like the pose. I want to recreate the pose. But then I wonder if I become a slave to that versus letting my own natural creativity run. I've been critiqued on this by Adam a lot. He told me my work improved when I stopped being a slave to it. But I admit, I do like, when you see something you like, you kind of just want to redo it too.
Yeah, I think that's a nice thing about Instagram, because you have a lot of freelance artists out there who do great work, and you're like, this is something that I would love to recreate. Like there's an artist, like his name is Soul Jacker. There's a great Spider-Man Electro picture he did just in pencil that I'm working on now. Like I'm trying to recreate that, and it's just Instagram is just like a plethora of ideas there that you can always recreate. It's always great when you do your own story, because how many of us as kids, when we had these figures, were sitting up there making up our own stories, some from the comics, some like we just like made up off the top of our head with these figures like we were kids. Like, I know I'm not gonna say a lie. I did do it when I still have my Hall of Justice, and I was doing it with the Super Friends, like making up stories. You had the Superman Kryptonite ring. It'd be like, I got your Superman. Like, it's fun doing that, but I think it makes you feel a little bit like good, like, yo, I recreated this artist's work, and then when they see it and they're like, oh my goodness, like, look what you did with that fake, like, yo, that's amazing. You just like, you feel like, yo, like they acknowledge it, like you feel a sense of pride when the artist sees it and acknowledges it. So it's kind of, you can have it both hand in hand. Like, it's always good to try to make up your own story, like you did with the Killmonger story, like when you did that, each panel by panel going through a full story. And then it's like, this is also as good as well. So you can kind of, if you can find that balance in between it, you're good. Because honestly, I think that if anybody has kids and they're trying to like show them like this is the best way to build imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the way to build that art, that artistic creativeness, and like be imaginative, because this can build into other things. It not just has to deal with figures. They can go on to grow up and give that creativity to something new that we've probably never seen before, or build on something that we have seen but make it 10 times better and be like, yo, like look, that's amazing. So yeah, this is it. Like, this is awesome. Like, hands down, your work is beautiful. I have to say it, because
thank you.
I remember when when I first seen the picture, I had to find it back here. It was the Clark Kent with all the
all the cutouts,
all the cutouts in there.
Yeah,
which that makes sense in that scenario, because as Superman, he would hear all those sounds. Like,
yeah.
Here it is. That makes complete sense, and I understand it. I understand where you were going with it. That, in that sense, great. If it was in any other form, I'd probably be like, it's a little too much.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this right there is awesome.
What I always tell people is that once you introduce a cutout into a picture, you've automatically increased the difficulty by 25 to 75%. It's so much more difficult to do a shot with a cutout, because of not only does the cutout have to look good, but it has to be placed well and it has to be lit well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a testament to your hard work when you're able to use that many cutouts in a shot. That's a difficult setup.
Thank you. Yeah. Cutouts, I remember they used to be the bane of this art form for me, because of all the things you said, how difficult it is to incorporate them correctly. It's very technical, as you stated. They have to be lit well. They have to, as you mentioned earlier, they have to follow that rule of being horizontal to the panel. As a reader, you're going to read the cutout a certain way. You want to make sure that the reader can do that so that it makes sense. Yeah, you might get a little freedom with the sound effects, but anytime you have like words or conversations, you have to pay attention to that detail. You have to keep looking back from, you have to compare what you see in your own eye to what you see in the camera. It's a lot. But I mean, it's been fun to grow with it. I'd like to see a whole lot more cutouts. I've been petitioning with this whole DC Love thing. I've seen a lot of cutout packs. Black Panther got a pack, cool. Deadpool, I ain't high. I'm not high on Deadpool. I don't like Deadpool at all. Deadpool got a pack. All right, whatever. All right, give him a pack. Like, yo, DC at? We need a pack. I've been doing these. I posted them on the ACBA page and Beyond the Toys page and some other pages. But I've been doing these Shazam shots, and I'm like, dang, I need a Shazam cutout. I need my man to say Shazam. And it's hard for me to go and find it. Like, and that's why shout out to Comic Cutouts for what they do, because creating these things is difficult. All the little cuts to make it clean, put the card stock, whatever behind it is tough. But all that being said, we need some DC ones. I know DC figs, we can talk about those. Yeah, they struggle, but people gonna buy the packs. I promise you, people gonna buy the packs.
Yeah, for sure.
Quick. Yeah, definitely. So you got some comments here, man. We're gonna reach you. Got some.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna minimize this for a hot second. You know, we got some comments here for you. Posable Ducks says Matt Charles and Geeky Fresh are tops in the Rangers game.
I'm trying to get there.
Medu86 says every time I see Power Ranger shots from Matt and Geeky Fresh, they make me want to go buy some more Power Rangers.
Oh, that's love. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Shoot Your Toys with 1-6 Shooter says that Ghost Rider Logan shot is super dope, man.
Thank you, man. That one means a lot to me.
And here's the man who's always late, but I know he I got his comment coming up. Finally here, definitely gonna go back and listen to the rest of the show later. But he has his comment. I'm telling you, when I said Power Rangers, you Cap is like, oh, that's me. I'm up. What's going on? I heard some Power Rangers going on in here. Casey Evans says, man, you love those figures.
I know he's talking about those DC figures. He gotta be. You gotta be talking about DC figures.
RG was like, I need more dial sets to have a better background.
It's
Same
tough.
here, man.
It's tough.
Yeah, there's so many good figures to buy. It's like I need some money to buy some dials, or make one myself, and that's a lot of time.
That's a hell of a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's a hard split, that dial figure game, because the figures are constantly coming out. Mm-hmm. They're constantly coming out. And to make that decision, like, I applaud all those who create their own dials. Amazing. Even I would say, man, buying a dial is hard for me because of that same what we mentioned before. You got to split. Oh, do I want to get these figures, or do I want to buy this dial? And I don't know if I need that instant gratification. You know, when you buy a dial, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for it. See it get built. Takes time, and it's
that's why you get started early. You get started like, look, this figure's got to come out. I need the dial like as soon as possible. Sometime this year, I need it. Casey always comes back and says no one does DC like Matthew.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Art says great work, Matthew.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then just shout out for Posable Ducks says hell yeah.
Thank you. It's funny. I saw people mention Geeky Fresh because I slick tell him, I was like, yo, you my rival, man. I'm trying to catch up to you because his Ranger shots are crazy. He and Cap, like I wasn't going too hard on the Ranger stuff. Like I was gonna do the MMPR, whatever. But man, I see him killing it. Cap always telling me, always messaging me about the new LC figure coming out. So I'm like, all right, let me try and mess with it. I see Metallics XD doing this craziness. So I'm trying. So if people are comparing me, if I'm in the same category as any of these people, thank you. I'm just trying to climb the ladder. I feel like I'm in my own Naruto story, and the show is not called Naruto. The show is not called Naruto. It's just trying to catch up to all these other people doing this great stuff.
Yeah, you do good work. Even Cap says like, Matthew's great, dope artist, love your work.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Let's see here. And here his brand talk about more Superman getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, it's coming. Like I said, I got that Supreme Batman. You know, y'all talk about McFarlane. That Devastator's coming. So we gotta put hands on Superman. Sadly, I hate to see it wearing a Superman shirt. I hate to see it, but people have fun knocking that dude out.
Oh yeah, everybody
can take it,
especially when Black Adam knocked him out. Yeah, especially that Superman Shazam, that's the Shazam Superman movie where Black Adam was handing Superman his butt. He was like, "Here you go, you get out of my face now, son." Yeah, like, I'll take it up with this other guy.
That's what I just posted that. I wish I got the revenge there because and the one I posted in the group, I got Black Adam giving Superman that business. Yep. But I got this other shot I did. I probably might post it tomorrow. It's another panel joint. I don't know if we got time to talk about panels because I'm interested in that.
Whatever you want to look. So you're the guest.
Yeah,
we can talk
panels.
About panels.
I'd love to hear y'all's expertise on it.
I just want to say real quick because you're talking about Black Adam versus Superman.
Yeah,
there is a rumor that Henry Cavill will fight The Rock in the Black Adam movie.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How dope is that going to be?
That would be amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Rock said he's like, I want Superman. I want to be fighting him and I want to hand him his butt. I'm like, yo, like, yeah. The Rock was not pulling any punches on that.
That would be sick.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Really good friends.
Wait. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Bobby?
I think him and Cavill are really good friends.
Oh.
I think they want to like do it because they could do it together.
Yeah.
It will be raw. I'll admit though, I would say I would rather see The Rock, Black Adam fight Wonder Woman. Like, I think that'd just be a better fight. It'll be a better fight.
Well, remember, Wonder Woman held her ground when she was fighting Doomsday, that fake knockoff Doomsday.
Yeah.
But she was holding her ground. I was like, yo, when her music hit, I was hyped. I was like,
yeah.
We get ready to get into the main beef now. Like, I was sitting back in the seat, like, okay, what's going on? Oh,
she has the best theme music of any of the new, I guess you call it Snyderverse heroes. When her theme music comes on, it's like,
you get hype. You're like, you hear that? Yo, like, what you Wonder Woman? Yeah, let's hawk out. Let's go ahead. We get this. I got your backs. Scruffy Nerd says recreating a scene with toys is very creative and takes effort. Definitely,
for sure.
That especially when you recreate a scene, it takes time. It takes so much time. 796 Studio says some great work all around.
Hey man, we trying to level up, bro.
Yeah. Caps like Matthew is the best.
Hey man, MMPR is the greatest season of Power Rangers ever. That's it. No more.
The only season, as far as I'm concerned.
Only season. Everything else is just what's the word I'm looking for?
When can we bring back Tommy?
Yeah.
Basically, from every time I see a Power Rangers episode, they're like, yo,
what Tommy at?
He's back. He's morphing up. I'm like, what? He's morphing up. Wait a minute. How many times is he gonna morph up? How many morphins does he got?
Like seven of them. Man, I got 7.
Posable says, Brand says, I should say, Brand, everybody knows who it is. Love Matt's Detective Comics 1000 Joker shot. Doing stuff you couldn't possibly do with a real figure is where it's at.
Yeah, I remember that shot. Thank you. Yeah, that was for Detective 1000. I don't know if y'all remember. That's the one with the Joker coming out the genie bottle with the guns. Yeah, you can't do that with a figure.
Yeah,
that's straight. I think it's like a Dennis Cohen art too. But yeah, that was I really enjoyed that too. I do want to bend y'all ear on this panel thing that I was talking about.
Yeah. Let's get back to that.
Because with the art form, I find myself now wanting to do more panels. Because I think it fits comic books. It's sequential. You tell all the story, like you make the person read what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I also recognize that I don't know if it's because of Instagram, Facebook, or what. That doesn't seem like a vibe that a lot of people like, and that's me. That's me also playing on the what's the word I'm looking for? It's playing on that, not effective, but. You know, we a lot of times we go to Facebook, we go to Instagram, and in consideration of these likes, you know, I do want to put out things that I enjoy, but also I am looking to get those likes, or those thumbs up or whatever. And I find it very weird how, like in the art form, panels don't seem to be something that is accepted as heavily or liked as much. I don't know if it takes too much work for people to work through it, but it kind of kills me because I'm like, you know, this is comic book. You're doing comic books, so one would expect that kind of stuff will hit people heavy because they're seeing in a immediate correlation between what's in pages and what someone's recreating with figures. But then it doesn't seem to go down that way.
I can only speak for myself. For me, when I try to do a panel, I have to plan it out ahead of time. There's no way I can sit there and just be like, all right, I'm gonna just do a panel, just come up with some random panel. Like I'm not gonna look for it now, but there's one that I did with like Marvel and Captain Marvel, like him and his son, like going like, and that was a panel, and I had to go to Brandon and ask him like, yo, what do I have to use for panels? Like, what's the best thing to use for panels? It's a planning session. In all honesty, I had to plan it because I found like the comic page I wanted to kind of like a little bit like do a little bit of recreation. So I took those cutouts. That was the other hard part of it, trying to take those cutouts and place them in the panels. Plus trying to find something to do the panels with that make it look good and not like kind of cut off like what I'm trying to have in the cutout and the picture that the story that I'm trying to tell with the pictures as well. I think and then sometimes people don't know how to place the panels either. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like, if it's a manga, okay, so you kind of read it from right to left. That's fine. You know, if that's the kind of story you want to tell, then you kind of have to say like, hey, this is from this manga here, so people know to read it. You know, for those who have read a manga, you read it from right to left. If it's a regular comic page, there's people who have put panels together, and it's kind of hard to decipher, like, is it this panel and then this panel, or are you going this way and then this way? Sometimes it's just kind of up and down, like where they trying to tell you the sequence of events are going. Because sometimes I've seen like people go straight across and then over here, then down, and then to the middle. Like, it just depends on what kind of story you're trying to tell and where the eye goes to. Because naturally, for us, mostly in America, it goes from left to right, as if you're reading a story. But if you want somebody to go from, top to bottom and then back up, then you have to kind of put those panels in that order. So, my eyes going, okay, this goes here. Oh, then no, okay, now I got it. So sometimes it's a hard little decipher. That's the best way I can put it from my point of view.
I agree with all of that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned engagement, the amount of likes you get. It could just be that most people are scrolling through their phone, right? So when you shrink those pictures down for Instagram, it's harder to see, Yeah. And like Brandon said in the chat, the non-grinders are fickle. They're just kind of scrolling through, real fast. If you want to appreciate a shot with panels, it's better to have it on your, your computer screen.
Yeah.
Blow it up. You can see everything more clearly. So it could just be that they're just kind of scrolling through fast. They don't want to stop to take the time to look at it.
Yeah. It hurts though, man. That hurts, man. It's like, I'm doing it. As much as I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it with the expectation that, hey, you read comics, you're gonna see what I'm trying to do here.
Right.
And whether you I can see if you don't like it, or like you might say it sucks. But I don't think that's the first consideration. I think consideration is, oh, this isn't one picture. It might be too much work. Like you said, scroll. I'm like, I feel like a lot of good paneled work gets overlooked. And I think, I'd say it's the wave. It's the wave we need to be on. More panel, blah blah blah. Give people more.
For me to look at someone's photo, to say it sucks, I would have to see zero effort. Like they took a picture of a figure on their bookshelf. You can look at a photo and see whether it's well done or not. You can see the effort they put into it, building that display. So if they're coming through your pictures and saying it sucks, man, that's pretty harsh, and it's not true. But that's the internet, right? Going through your feed just tonight, none of it sucks.
No. Honestly, for somebody to say that, like, whatever, like, you're just out here just to start trouble. Like, honestly, like, you're just saying something just to say something. Because kind of, it's a little bit of equating of a story. So there was a troublemaker we had on our Instagram page and felt that we weren't doing something to their liking. Okay. I explained to them, kindly, like, look, I'm not familiar with these people, but I'll be more than likely, reach out to them and, talk to them and everything. And they came back and were like, well, I just gave you examples. Why did they have to reach out to you? Well, if you're naming other people, I don't know who they are. I can't, not everybody runs in the same circle, especially on Instagram. There's a lot of people who collect and do toy photography.
Tons.
Right. Like, it's hard to see. Everybody doesn't run, like I said, and run in the same circle. So for me to find this or that person it's kind of hard to, do that. And I'm not familiar with them unless I've seen their work somewhere. But you would have to go into what's the other part of Instagram where it shows like all the photos that you kind of lined up like in tune with or whatever. I forget what it's called. That other part of it. But they may not show up there. I may not scroll through there. That's the thing. I may not scroll there unless somebody shares something in their story or share something on their Instagram page, like say, hey, like this person's doing like check out this person's work. Then I'm more inclined to do that. But if you feel like we don't cater to what you want, then you can go start your own podcast and do it and do what you want.
Dante, can we just say what it was that they asked for, or do you not want to say it?
I'll say it. Like I have no problem saying it.
Here, I'll say it.
No, I mean I'll go ahead. I'll say it.
All right.
Let me get ready. So they felt like we were not catering more to female collectors. And at least in the words I wanted to say, I could not say. I have reached out to a female collector. They would love to come on the show, but the problem is the language barrier. Okay, I understand that. I don't know a lot of female collectors, so you cannot be mad at me.
I don't sprechen Sie Deutsch very well.
Yeah.
But she's great. What she does. But anyway, go ahead.
So it's not, you can't come at me and say, hey, why don't you have this person on your show? It's always the same guys. Well, it is a podcast. You do have hosts that are on all the time. That's like telling Joe Rogan, hey, Joe, why are you always on your podcast?
Yeah. I hear it.
It's going to be saying Joe Rogan every week. I mean, would you expect like it's going to be a different guest star? It's Joe Rogan Experience, but hey, here's David Duchovny on the Joe Rogan Experience. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So for you to say, hey, like, why don't you bring this female person on and this female person? I don't know who these people are. And I kind of explained to him, like, not everybody's in the same circle. Like, I don't know who half of these people are that you're even naming. I don't know a lot of female collectors. I would love to know some female collectors out there and I'd love to bring them on. I have no problem with that. I would gladly have them on. But if I don't know who these people are, I'll be more than glad to go search them out and look at their Instagram pages and have them on if they're great. But you can't come at me and saying, hey, we're catering to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so person did. Like, so you only named one person out of this whole thing that was a guest on our show, and that was months ago. And I was like, I had to bring up like, well, we did have a female on, one of the writers from X-Men animated series. So you're saying that she's not part of that female collection? And she loved it. Let me tell you, they love the work that people put in. They loved it. DC, Marvel, they enjoyed it. They didn't even know this community was out here doing this with these figures. And I even told them, like, you guys inspired this. Because Toy Biz came out with those figures. And without Toy Biz, without X-Men anime series, we would not have the figures that we would have today. I stand by that full-heartedly. And somebody can argue me up and down, but we would not have the DC and Marvel figures we have today. We would not have the selection of figures that we had today without X-Men anime series. Hands down. I love Spider-Man, the anime series, but without X-Men, we would not have the figures because Toy Biz came out with some off-brand figures that characters of people that you had to read the comics to know. Executioner. That wasn't even in the show, but Executioner is a figure that you had to get. You're like, yo, this is for Executioner's song. Yo, I read this comic. Here's the figure. So I'm sorry. I digress.
What they could have done was, I don't know who they suggested to have on. Have them reach out to us.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said. I said, I'll have no problem. But they felt like I was attacking them, saying, oh, why should they have to reach out to you? Because if I don't know who they are, you're naming all these people, I don't know who they are. I'm more than glad to look them up. But if I don't know who they are, how do I know they're like figure collectors? You're saying people, like, you feel like it's like they said, it almost felt like we should know everybody that's in the toy community. And how's that possible?
What I do hear you saying though is, for any female collectors watching, is that, hey, this is your open invitation to reach out, help us get to know you. And I'm sensitive to the issues of having someone, you have to help somebody to have them help you. I'm sensitive to how that cuts across various lines of identities. I get that. But it's also want to name it. We also want to name it as such. It is an opportunity. It is an invitation to say, hey, there are things we don't know, and not that is to burden you with giving us knowledge. But hey, if you're doing something dope and we can help, you can help us get to know it, so other people can help get to know it. Hey, this is your time. Come on, we want that. We want that.
Any female collector or toy photographer who would love to come on, here is your open invitation. Hit us up on Instagram. I will gladly talk to you. I have no problem talking to anybody. And everybody who's here in this chat probably has some interaction. 9 times 10, it was me who's on the Instagram page talking to you. Has some interaction, and I have to ask, have I treated you with any kind of wrongness? Have I disrespected you? If so, I apologize. Please let me know. But I will I have not turned down anybody's request or chat in there. There's people who said, you know what, thank you. Like, they love our podcast. Like, I didn't think, honestly, okay. I know I'm getting ready to digress again, but honestly, I didn't think this podcast would make it past a year. This is the full year. Sunday was a full year since this podcast has been on.
Congrats.
Did not think I was making this.
That's what's up.
Stop, make me a little teary-eyed. But no, honestly, I did not think, and I couldn't have done it without Ryan, Bobby, Todd, Randy, Chris, who designed our logo, who was one of our previous co-hosts, but who designed our logo for us. You know, without you guys, like, I would not be able to do this podcast, because this is a hard job to do on its own. And I appreciate what it's grown into. I appreciate everybody who comes out and hangs out with us, and, you know, chats it up in the comments. Even if you're just watching and you don't say anything in the comments, I appreciate you too. Appreciate everybody who's watching on Facebook. Anywhere that you watch us or catching up on us, I appreciate you all. Like, I thank you. Even though none of you will invite me on some of your podcasts, I appreciate you all. I don't get invited to the Toy Migos. I don't get invited to Matt Cordona's podcast. Yes, Matt Cordona, I know who you are, and I challenge you to a match, sir. Okay? I don't care if I break a bone. I'll put you in the hell. Sleep, go to sleep.
Hey, just to be clear, I haven't been invited on their podcast yet. They may have talked about me, but I haven't been invited.
Don't worry, you're next. You know, Todd's been on Dan Who. Dan Who hasn't invited me. I invited Dan Who on like 2 or 3 times, and it was Dan Who hit me up. No, wait, Dan, my rap's coming for you next, okay, Dan?
Oh shoot!
You thought Wade was bad? I'm gonna bury you, son. I'm gonna bury your whole rap career. Nah, I'm joking. Honestly, I appreciate. Yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you. You know, and I know this has got like off the rails, but I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Toy Migos. You all guys are great. Unparalleled, Dan Who, you guys are awesome. I thank you all. But I honestly, I truly did not think at any point this would make it past a year. Yeah, I honestly did not. Like, I thought this was going to be done in January. I was like, yep. I was like, nobody watching this and BS.
You're already looking for the next January now. The next January is already coming. There it is.
Look, I'm taking it Friday by Friday.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm joining it with you guys, joining it with all the awesome guests that we had. We had some pretty awesome guests. I had to, I'm going to toot my own horn. We had some pretty awesome guests. Like, we had some good ones. Like, whew, it's been awesome. It's been a great ride. But yeah,
I just sent you a picture. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. I wanted to, I guess, I'm still thinking about this panel stuff. I did a panel, and I was wondering.
I did.
Shut up, man.
I did a panel. I was wondering if I could get that live critique. I mean, a lot of it's already taken down, but let's just talk. If we can say whether this is a good panel, whether this is something that would catch people's eye, or if it's too small, that kind of stuff.
I'm glad we're going back to the panels because I was gonna say, like, dude, I fucking love panel photography, and I'm by no means like I'm at best an amateur photographer. So, but I remember doing one where I did a panel page, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, when the Action Force figures come out, I want to do a whole issue of just figure photography in the whole issue. Like, I want to replace the drawn pages with figure photography.
That's beautiful.
That would be awesome. Like,
that would be so cool, man.
A nice one-off. Like, I feel like that would be so cool, especially if you had all the figures available.
Yeah, definitely. Bobby, we would all love to help. We would definitely love to see that happen because we would.
Like, I would love it. It's like it would be cool if like you took the issue and then you broke it up so that you did it between, say, 10 different photographers, gave them each like 2 pages, and then you just had this awesome like different feel to the whole book because everyone's using the same figures, but it's like different styles.
Right. Yo, that'd be awesome.
That would be fire. For sure.
The live action force.
Matthew, you might have to take a break from DC for a little bit.
A break? Well, as you mentioned that, I do have my Ronin Warrior here, Ryo the Wildfire. I need to get some love for sure. And I got a Deku over here. I don't know if I'll break him out soon. That's all that realm is it's a new world for me. So I'm very familiar with or very comfortable with these DC, even Marvel shots, my Marvel moments here and there. So straying out into the anime world, it's like we'll see what these things look like.
Yo, I'm ready. Yo, Bobby, trust me. I ain't gonna put no Marvel, no DC figures in there. I'll just put some, like, you send me an Action Force panel. You like, look, can you do this one? All right, I got you.
You getting it.
Yo, I got you.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yo, the live Action Force as fuck comic. That's what you got to name it. Live Action Force as fuck comic book. Just short as fuck as Action Force AF.
I like it.
So we have your panel up here. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna let me zoom in anymore.
So speaking of telling a story without words,
right?
Besides like the effects words, coom, right, wham. There's 3 words on this shot on your left, but it tells the story. Right. With Shazam, Superman. I think this is done really well. This is awesome,
and it's easy to follow. Honestly, it's easy to follow because it goes to your. Let me use my little pointer here. It goes here, then here, and here, and here, and then the last panel. Easy, simple follow.
That's good to hear. Because my question is always then like, is it too much work? Like, as Dante was saying, the panel placement, and just like you said, does it tell the story? That's my concern now, I guess, more than anything. Am I telling the story that I hope to tell? Whether besides the limits of articulation, whatever we can do, can I get that out, especially in these panels? Or do they sell better, like with the Black Panther one? Do they sell better as individual shots? I feel like some of these, like I couldn't post some of these individual shots because they just it'll be incomplete. Like this needs to be posted as a panel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because if you just see like, I'm sorry, real quick, right? So if you just see Shazam and Black Adam just there, it's like wham, that's it. Like, okay, that's a good shot, no doubt about it. But now with the complete story, you're like, oh, okay, he's hitting him from behind, and then Superman's gonna come in and give him the good old fashioned, 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It gives it more leverage to where it's going with this, and just like Shazam just hitting Black Adam.
Yeah, and seeing this scene here, these 5 panels, it makes your mind go to, okay, well, what came before this, and where is it going after? And so you start to fill in those gaps of this story.
And actually, dude, sorry, real quick. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
No. You go ahead.
McDude makes a good point. He said a lot of times I feel like the image dimensions of both Facebook and Instagram can hurt panel shots, especially Instagram, since you can't click into zoom, which is true. And I think that's the main issue with people when people do panels. It's like, because you can't click, like if it was like just the Shazam and Black Adam, then you get a bigger scope of the picture. But when it's in panels, it's like everything gets compressed. And I think a lot of people try to compress, like do it on their phones. And that's why we all say, like, do it from your computer, because it's a lot easier doing it on your computer than trying to do it on your phone. Because somebody explained it like it compresses it even more on the phone than it does on the computer. I think that's what happens. I can't. If I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But I think that's what happens when you try to do it on your phone. But you get a higher resolution when you do it on your computer and post it to Facebook.
Yeah, but no one's looking at Instagram on their computer. That ain't happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Very few times. We looked at Instagram on my computer right now, so we're looking at Instagram.
You can
other purposes.
Yeah,
you can zoom in on Instagram on your phone. At least on iPhone, you can. But I think Instagram and even Facebook don't they compress pictures when you upload them?
On the computer, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
On the phone, I think it's worse. I think that's what I was. From what I understood, I think somebody was saying, it was a while ago when somebody was saying it's like it's better, because somebody was asking like, is it better to upload it from your phone than the computer? And a lot of people were in agreement, just like it's better to upload it on the computer because the compression quality is better. It's a little bit more clear. It's not as compressed as when you do it on the phone. So I'm not sure how Facebook does that with the compression of a picture. If you upload this on his phone, how much of a difference would be if he did it from his computer? So yeah.
Oh, I'm glad y'all like this one, so I can say all right. The problem is, as mentioned earlier, like filling in the gaps. I think I have an issue with like completion. So you asked what happened before. Like what happened before was all that other stuff, Shazam, Black Adam fighting Shazam. And part of me kind of like, this is it. I want to just end the story here. But part of me feels bad about that, because I'm like, well, shouldn't Shazam probably get the last hit? Or is there just more story to tell? But then that's when it becomes like all consuming. I was not supposed to do these pictures. I did these all last night. I wasn't supposed to do them. I was supposed to end the story because I have these other ideas that I want to tell with these other stories I want to tell with Black Adam. Actually, a lot of would y'all consider Black Adam an anti-hero? I'm calling him an anti-hero. All right, great.
I think modern Black Adam would be. Yeah.
Because he kind of flip-flops.
Yeah. I want to tell these stories with these anti-heroes, and I was going to use some of these just as like filler pages, because I kind of get Instagram minded and think, all right, if I'm gonna tell a story, I know I got to do like 3 pictures, or I can't do 4, or to me it looks incomplete on your gallery. And my wife is like, that's stupid. Just do whatever you want. But I don't know. I feel like it needs to follow that multiples of 3. And so this actually throws it off. I don't know if this throws it off. It does. But it's this whole idea of needing to tell more of the story. One, I guess, for my own gallery, but also, and it just catches you. And it's just like, I got to finish this. I can't leave Superman on the ground. I got to tell more of it. But I think I'm done here. I want to be done. I'd love to, and also just to create, maybe a creative block, or I just don't know where it would go after this. Like scene-wise, somebody mentioned Dios. I don't know where the story, like I can imagine, okay, I can maybe do a panel of Black Adam's arms out and Shazam chasing them. So we're still in the sky and then we get to the ground, or maybe we do another one mid, and I can maybe use glass to tack them so I can see that they're flying, or maybe use like fish wire or whatever, and have that and then the last part, zam, knocking them out, and then I need another panel to show maybe Black Adam as dust, and then I don't have a little kid. I'd have to find a cutout for a little kid to be Shazam, since he said Shazam. It just gets, man, it goes crazy. It goes wild. And I'm
sounds like you already had the comic already planned out. So this is
I don't want to do it. I can't do it.
You want to do it. Yes, you do. You want to.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You want to.
But that's how I think. That is how I think. I'm like, before I wasn't like this. Before I would do the one picture, and it would tell the story I want to tell. But I think as I look at this more as like it's correlated to comic books. Like it needs to tell a complete story. I got to tell it from beginning to end. I'm not saying I can't leave room for people's imaginations, because clearly somehow these fools got in the sky. I won't explain that. You kind of get where it happens. But this need, like with the Superman story, I know it probably needed another panel. When Superman punching Doomsday out, we probably needed that last iconic panel with Lois holding Superman. But there's also the limits there. People already done it. I don't have those figures, so I'd be depending on a cutout, and then that picture would just be completely a cutout. So just wasn't anything there to do anymore.
So just real quick, so back so Brandon says, through the computer, browser on a phone, app on the phone. He says, just don't upload your pictures through the app. That's what it is. It's something with the app. I forget how somehow it compresses it differently.
Sage advice. From Master Brandon.
I'm letting you know. So if you decide to do this, this is a good idea. I'm just throwing this out there.
Man, I'd love to, but it would take, like, I can see it. I can see it.
I'm telling you, do a full comic.
Yeah.
And over to DC, but like, look, I already did this comic for you. There you go.
That's a missed opportunity, as you mentioned DC. I was thinking like the whole DC fandom thing. I was like, man, I wonder if any collectors sent their toy photography there. I know all the cosplayers are sending. I thought to, but then I read their rules and said something about blood and violence, and I was like, well, I don't know if I can send a picture of anybody punching anyone. So I kind of got landlocked there.
Oh, to DC?
Yeah, for their fandom thing.
Oh,
so no,
okay.
It's just cosplay.
Yeah,
it's cosplay and art. But I think like I couldn't send them this because it's like violence, and it was weird because I was like, your comic books have it. I didn't understand, so I ended up sending nothing. But I was hoping that others sent their work because I thought it'd been great for us watching. I did watch that. I watched all 24 hours of that. Actually, tomorrow I probably can't, but I'll probably watch whatever they can find afterwards.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's the choose your path.
Okay.
Yeah. All the little panels and all that stuff.
Yeah. So DC fan, I was going to say something about that because I couldn't remember. I thought it was next month, but yes, tomorrow is DC fandom. So another 24 hours of DC fandom fun. The last one was pretty good. When they showed that, I'm sorry, I get a little emotional every time I say this. When they showed that Zack Snyder's Justice League, I just get all giddy inside.
Hallelujah! You and me both, man. I'm a
wait
sucker for that. An absolute sucker. I've been on this train like forever.
Yes. Yo.
That milestone reveal.
Yo. And then the new head in charge. What's the gentleman's name? I can't remember his name. I know it's like his last name is Ridley over at DC. He just got promoted.
John Ridley? No. You're not talking about the writer. You're talking about the guy who's in esports and is now going to be like their top person.
I think so. Yeah. It was Black gentleman.
Yeah.
So and it was funny because Joe Ills was like, look like some changes being made. Let's see.
Yeah, I saw that post.
I was like, Joe, what you doing, boy? Like,
I saw that post. I mean, hopefully people trying to put their money where their mouth is.
If I'm saying this, support Milestone Comics. You got to. They were some good comics.
Yeah.
Now they're re-released, they're going to redo them. Please go out there, get them. I don't care if you got to get them digitally, physically, but make sure you just support it because I don't want that line to end anymore. Like I want it to keep continuing.
Yep. And get us some figures. If Todd McFarlane's watching this, yo, give us that icon. Give us that comic cyborg. The Titans one is cool, but give us that comic joint. With mad accessories. A lot of people don't like them 7 inches, but I'm a rock with it if you make them.
Yeah, see, I'm going to leave you right there at that one. You
guys. Hey man, that's all we got, man. We got ride till the wheels fall off. Disappointed consumer, but they got my money. They got my money.
Yeah. What's up, Bobby? What'd you say?
Do you guys remember the Milestone issue where the cover was color forms?
Yes, that was the. It was like
polybagged and it had the sheet of color forms characters on the vinyl cover, and you can like them in all sorts of different like action sequences and stuff.
Wasn't that it was DC versus Milestone?
Yeah.
I had that comic. Yes,
Superman, and then they did it on that one.
Yeah.
DC versus Milestone.
Yeah, so it was like a blank cover. It was like the blank cover, and it was like you seen like the city, and it was like the bay, and you could like it came with the stickers you could put on there to make your own cover.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what with Mullet Superman. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. I think I still had the issue. I don't know if I still had the stickers for it. That's a problem.
I still have
that was awesome, but I didn't put the stickers on there. I was like, you know what? If I do that, this might not be worth any money in the future. So I was like,
I got two.
See, you're a smarter man than I was. I was a kid at the time. I was like, what did I do? But,
funny thing is, you could probably buy that issue for like $1 or 50 cents.
Oh yeah. I know we were talking about like a couple weeks. We had talked about in the chat before how, and this is kind of staying on the topic of comics. The first appearance of Silk has now gone up to $130 as a comic. That's ridiculous. Just because there's a rumor of Silk might get her own Marvel movie. It's really ridiculous how these comics are now starting to go up in price. Like even like the older ones. What was it? I just was looking at it. It was like the Fantastic Four ones, like up there, like in like $2,000 to $3,000 range anymore. The first Fantastic Four. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that kind of money.
Well, look what happened to Guardians of the Galaxy's comics when that movie came out.
Yeah.
No one cared about Guardians of the Galaxy. Now go try to find a Guardians of the Galaxy #1. It happens.
Yes.
Commodification.
Right. Yep.
So real quick, we have to do our weekly shout outs for artists of the week and dials of the week. So we're going to do this week. We're going to do 2. So Matthew, you are one of our artists of the week.
Thank you.
Not only being our guest, but we also have another one. Where is it? Aliska, I hope I'm saying that right. Is it G? I think it's GB, who does some great photography. Like,
crazy Marvel Legends stuff.
It is, but look at that. Look at the Chanel store. Like, come on,
yeah, crazy.
Right.
That's really cool, man. You don't see a lot of dudes posting up shots like that, so that get something different. That's really cool.
Yo, that's awesome. Like, oh, come on. Like, Hannah said, like, yo, her shots are ridiculous. Like, even this one here, like, this one caught my eye when I first started following her. Like, yo, this one.
Now, she's the one that you reached out to?
Yes.
Yeah, but her English isn't so good, so we'd have a hard time.
Yes, she would have a hard time. But I would definitely love to have her on the show. Like, her work right here is like freaking impeccable. Like,
yeah.
just seeing these shots is whew. Whew. There's some DC love right there.
What's her name? Aliska?
Aliska GB.
Aliska GB. If you're hearing this, if you know somebody who can translate, we can get this thing popping.
Yeah,
definitely.
We can make it happen.
Aliska Raskolnikova.
Yes.
Aliska Raskolnikova.
Definitely give her a follow. Her work is ridiculously awesome. Then, for Dios this week, you know what? They always give a shout out to everybody else in Dios. We're going to give them a shout out here. Our good buddies at Phone Formers. They always show us and appreciate. We appreciate your love that you show us. They show off like a lot of people's dials. A lot. So if you're looking for a dial maker, this is one of the places to go. Because each of these is somebody like some
building out here. They building.
Yes. Like this. Like this is gonna play. Yep. Let's take a little slow.
So Formers is like a feature account, right? They feature other diorama makers. Yeah, because whenever I followed so many diorama makers just from following them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
They got some awesome ones on here. Yeah, this is just
dial makers. We need them.
Oh, definitely. Like even these doors, these doors are just ridiculous. Old style Coke machine, like a beat up Coke machine. This right here, yo, man, I can't. I would love to say I could do this, but my hands would be unsteady, and mine would not even come out looking like this. It'd be looking like somebody's kid did it, and I'd be like, this is my dial. This is my dial. How y'all liking it?
That dial's got to be huge.
Oh yeah, because just the size of Daredevil compared to it, and you got Spider-Man hanging up there. Yo.
Ridiculous.
Is
that Oilers?
This is Oilers Workshop.
Yeah, his stuff is crazy.
It's even like some of the miniatures that I see on here, like theirs are just that's look like a whole little factory right there.
Yeah. That's wild.
Because
I understand. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
They feature all kinds of dial makers, not just the 112 stuff that we're used to.
Right.
But they're doing O scale, 118 scale, a lot of crazy stuff. That's unbelievable.
And I think this is like it's almost in a guitar, like I almost want to say scimitar, but I don't think that's correct. Because I see the strings here.
Yeah. Now you point that out.
It's like a 12 string. No, that's not a 12 string. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. But yeah,
that's a weird instrument.
These guys showcase like the best of some of the best of the best, and even if it's not the best of the best, it still showcased some awesome dials on here. Like people put in work.
Yeah.
Even that, I would never thought this was a dial here. You could not tell me that was a dial. Just cause.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's that screams American Graffiti.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yes, go out if you're not looking for some good guys to follow. Phone Formers are those people. All right. I'm trying to think of anything else before we wrap it up here. You guys got anything? Because I can't remember. I think.
I got one thing.
Yes.
I got a message from a friend of the show, Noom842. That's Noom with the K, Knoom 842. He's going through a real rough time, man. He suffered a loss of some family members to violence, and he's always with us on the show in the chat. And so I just want to send some positive vibes his way and some good thoughts. he's going through a rough time.
I'm sorry. I wish you all the best right now. That I understand. Take care. If you need, always, if you're going through something that you have some good friends, reach out to them and just hit them up and talk to them.
Yeah, man. Thanks for reaching out to me via PM.
Definitely. Yeah. We wish you all the best. I'm sorry, for the loss and everything.
Just healthy grieving. Because that can be a beautiful thing, and just even with the grieving, just celebration of the memories. When that time can be appropriate, but to be able to have both as you go through this moment, that is definitely terrible to hear.
And if
anyone wants to just send him a note on Instagram or something, or just let him know you're thinking about him, that would be definitely good. We appreciate you. It's a good community we got here.
Yeah, gotta come together, people. Make this happen. You gotta show that we're better, and instead of fighting over these plastics, these plastics will always be here, but each one of us, we're not always here. Unfortunately, when that time comes,
Mm-hmm.
So treat each other, like tomorrow, like you won't see each other tomorrow. You gotta treat each other with the best, the kindness. Just do your best. Stay safe out in these streets too. Stay on the streets,
Yeah.
Anything else, gentlemen? Bobby, anything else? Anything about that helmet you were going to tell us about that's sitting behind you?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do our hauls. What we got in.
It was a lot of stuff to drop this week. That's why.
Yeah. No, this a guy that does a lot of prop replica cosplay stuff in the Joe community. He did a 1-to-1 Steel Brigade helmet for me. So
that's awesome.
On the table. It's pretty awesome to see your design in real form like this.
Yeah.
So
does it fit though? That's the question.
No, so he didn't have time to core it out and make a full wearable one, but it's got the ball joint socket.
Gotcha.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That's freaking awesome.
Just increase the figure file. So that was pretty cool to have that.
Wait till Bobby shows up in his Steel Brigade. He's like, "Sir, I'm looking for Bobby. He's not here. What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I was just looking for him to sign this comic book. Get out of here with your nonsense."
That's the way I should do it.
Or what's that one comment that person said, Bobby? He was like, "Oh, he's like, these are when are these coming out? November or November or something like that." I'm like,
November.
Yeah, he got eaten up.
Yeah, I did see the comments. He did. That man drowned in the sharks. He left the group. He dipped out of the group.
It's not even. It's like the Action Force fans are just rabid, and I love it. Like, if anyone says anything bad about the line, they gang up on them like a bunch of high.
Yeah, your Valiverse group, man, are they're dedicated.
Yes,
they love Action Force.
Yes, especially what's the one gentleman, Dave? He's always asking the question about Action Force. I love it. He's hilarious. What's his name, Bobby? The one guy. Because he's always like, "I'm Action Force stuff." He's like, "Are you? Yeah. I'm ready, Bobby." What's his name? Dad, going because he's usually here.
Is that the guy that's he made a goal of getting fit for Action Force?
Oh, that's right.
That's right. He was he's like for my birthday, I want one. The models, the $500 model. He's like, I'm trying to get my wife to buy me one.
Yeah, man. Oh, what's that guy's name?
Yeah,
he cracks me up.
Yes, he does. Yo, he is awesome.
It's like something Fixer.
Yes. Steel Fixer, isn't it? Steel Fixer,
something like that.
Fixer Johnston.
Yes, Fixer Johnston. Yo, he always has me in stitches because he is Action Forced out.
Yeah, he's
he's Action Force AF. He's Action Force AF.
He is the epitome of it. Like that, not in a bad way, like in the greatest way. Like he's like, "Hey, Bobby." He's like, "So how much longer do those Action Force figures come out now?" Like, "Come on now, I need them." He's like, "Hey, Joe's in here." Like, come on.
He's definitely in the top 3 for biggest fans. He might even be the biggest.
Yeah.
Oh man, he is hilarious. I love watching his comments go. All right, let's roll out of here. Matthew Charles, thank you for being a guest this week.
Matthew.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's great sharing.
And one more thing, I want to say this on the show so that I stick to it. I had some requests to do a little collection room tour video for the channel.
I thought you were going to say a rap. I was going to say, oh man,
well, I can do that too.
Ooh,
it won't be good.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought bars was coming.
No.
So I did film it. I got to edit it. I got some software to edit it. I'm not a YouTuber, so this is all new to me. But my goal is to get it done this weekend and get that up on the Infinity Equation channel.
Yes, appreciate you, Ryan. And Bobby, oh yeah, Bobby, if you get those videos, we can post them up on this channel too, if you like. That's up to you.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to get copyrighted. Be like, hey, you guys using my videos out there. YouTube go ahead, copyright strike them like 4 or 5 times.
Random question.
Yeah.
Do you all also bring dial makers on here?
Oh yeah.
We have Chris Lyons. We have Brandon Gallo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brian Gallo.
Yeah, Brian Gallo. Yeah. I think that's it for as dial makers. And if you're a dial maker, you like to be a guest, hit us up.
Yeah, I got a dial coming from a guy. I'm gonna see if I'll pass y'all. I'll pass his name to you all and see what happens. But he does good stuff. He does good stuff.
Which wraps it around to next week's guest will be 796 Studios will be joining us. Yes.
All right.
Level up.
He'll send me some free flight stands. I'm trying to get some free stuff.
Hey, gotta work the locks, man. Gotta work the locks.
Look, you rub my back, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Yeah, give me some of those flight stands there, buddy. No, but he will be joining us next week, and then the week after that will be Mr. Boog Nice himself.
Okay.
He'll be with us for the Hasbro Con panels, or Hasbro Con, whatever, whichmajigger they calling it now. Oh, and please, if you are a premium subscriber to Hasbro Pulse, the special SDCC stuff will be going up a day early. So if you are a premium subscriber, you would have got an email saying that stuff's going up at 12 noon. I think it's the 23rd, is that?
Yeah, Wednesday, right?
Yep,
Wednesday the 23rd at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I had to switch my day off to make sure I could secure them.
Okay.
Which I still might not secure them, but damn it, I'm going to try.
Yeah, and I'm definitely trying to. So, but it is one per person. So hopefully everybody has a chance. And there's CAPTCHA on there too.
CAPTCHA, yeah. That's good.
NECA.
Hey, NECA's doing pretty good now. They they figured it out.
They redeemed themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
NECA, you see me doing that meme for you, NECA?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, real quick. Before we get out here. Is it Kwame? Kwame, yes. Sorry.
Kwame Taylor?
Yes. Thank you for posting a DPCI of the 2-pack of Storm and Warpath in the Infinity Equation chat group. We appreciate you, sir. You're doing a good work. And as I put it as a GIF that I put in there, my man.
My man.
GIF.
It's GIF.
GIF.
It's GIF. The creators called it a GIF.
You're fired.
Why does everybody want to argue me on that? The creator came out and said it's a GIF. He said it's pronounced.
I don't care what
GIF.
he said. Graphic. It's GIF.
Graphic interface. Yes, but he said GIF because I forget what country he's from. So the G sounds like a J.
I don't like him.
Well, then you create one. You create something that you can name, and then people go misspelling it.
Fine.
All right, folks, we wrapping this stuff up.
And I saw all your suggestions. I want to say I saw all their suggestions in the chat for people to have on. We'll talk about it, and we'll probably reach out to some of them.
Yes, definitely. Some have been reached out to, and we're just waiting to hear back. So
yeah.
Also, you said you wanted more artists, or you're getting more artists. You say you want more dial makers. You're getting more dial makers. You say you want less of me, you get less of me. All right.
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want.
They said they wanted more Bobby shirtless. We're gonna give them more Bobby shirtless.
No way. No way. Not gonna happen.
They said they wanted more Bobby smoking cigars outside. We're gonna give them more Bobby smoking cigars.
I almost had one tonight. I was craving one. Oh man, I can use one.
All right, folks. Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you. And thank you for everybody who said thank you. Congratulations. I do apologize. I did see your comments. I do apologize. I didn't get to them. Oh, yes. And Cap does remind me. The tournament is approaching next month. We will give you more details on that next month. 64-person tournament. Who will come out the winner of the Infinity Equation Contest of Champions? Oh, yeah. You entering, Matthew? You enter?
Yeah, I'm game.
All right. Because it's going to be your kind of thing. I can tell you right now, one of the main theme of the whole tournament is going to be telling a full, complete story from the first round to the championship.
All right. I'm in. I got stories for days. I'm in.
All right, then. Gentlemen. Everybody will get out of here. Once again, Matthew, it's great having you on. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And we'll see y'all next week, and we'll see 796 Studios next week. So I see you in the chat. I want my flight stands. That's all I know. That's all I know. You better bring it. You better say, hey, Dante, I got your flight stands here. That's all. All right. See y'all next week. Be safe.
Take care.
Guys.
Peace.
And if you're, like I said, on your West Coast, stay safe.
Yeah.
And anywhere else, stay safe. Not y'all.
Peace.
Later.